Okay, so we've got our skull. What we're going to do now is we're going to actually expose some of the parameters on this substance. You'll notice in other substances, if I just make a new fill layer like that, and if I was to add this pure brass thing, um, you can see that in this brass thing that's already been made, it's got some exposed parameters. I can change the actual color and change the actual metallic value. These are what we call exposed parameters, things that you can change once the substance is made. So we're going to add a few of those to our substance here. So I'm going to go back to Substance Designer, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add an extra node that allows us to change the colors of these things very simply. We're going to use the HSL node, that's hue, saturation, and luminance, as you may remember from Photoshop. And here it's got the, you can see it's got the hue, saturation, and lightness sliders. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to expose these. So if I went up to hue, the little arrow there, and go expose, what do you want to call it? I want to call it hue. I'm going to do the same for saturation. Expose, and here's where we need to be careful because it wants to call it hue again. We need to go down in the drop down menu and go for saturation, and finally lightness. Call it luminosity, please. Like that. So we've now exposed those three parameters. So I'm just going to save everything again. And then I'm going to export the sbsar file over. I'm just going to do it over the previous one, so it's test sub 01. There, like that. And that's all fine. And in here, if I go and just right click on reload in Substance Painter on the test sub material, it should bring it in again. And let's see if it's just apply it again. Do we need to do this? Yeah, if I apply it again, it's just woken up. I've got my my substance I've made, but I've also got the exposed parameters here, so I can actually change things around whilst the thing is in Painter. Similarly, I can also do this in Unity. So I've made a new project in Unity, a 3D project, and if I was to just bring in an object, I'm going to just use one of the standard objects there, like a cube. I can then, if I was to go into Designer and just copy this, or I'll just export it again into this Unity project. Here we go, export, hunt the project. It's not there. The back one. And we're going for substance test, assets. If I plonk it in here, test sub 01, and save that out. In Unity, it should come in there like that. And we're looking for this. This is the material. I see it's actually brought it all in with all the maps attached and everything and all set up in the right place. If I was to just drag this onto my object, you can see that the substance is coming fairly intact, pretty wacky looking. And if I can change the strength of the height map here, like that. Still, I've got the normal map there, and so on and so on. So it's a native file format for Unity nowadays. The substance files .sbsar files.